Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jalen Dawes, of course, and this is Jalen Unplugged. Today is Sunday. It is 10:47. It's January 11th, and I decided to look at the charts real quick before I went down for bed. I was about to go jump in the shower and chill with the wife, but I decided to check the charts real quick, and it kind of looks like it's forming a setup. So I decided to go ahead and take it. So I'm gonna walk you guys through what I seen to make me want to take the trade. So let's jump on the charts real quick. Okay, so on the weekly, we just broke all-time highs. So, and we like barely just broke it. So it looks like we can continue up. So I decided to look for buys. Coming to the daily, you can kind of see it. Strong buying going on, and we broke above the highs over here. So that's why I had this marked out to the top wick. Um, and the setup formed kind of right off of this zone that we broke above. Um, so coming to the 1 hour, you can kind of see that we made a bottom wick here. So I'm using this area as my demand basically for my support. And as you can see, we came down, peaked, and we bought off of it on the 30. Coming down to the 15, you can kind of see the same thing, just a little bit more detail. So this looks like a decent zone. And if you look at the 5, we now have strong demand here. We have realistically, the zone is down here, but we are we're only risking one contract on here because I only need to make like $500. So I decided to just use this entire gap area as my like my safety zone where I think that as far as the trade could go. Just because it is 10:50, we're probably not gonna get volume until around like 12. So this is kind of like pre-market realistically. So this trade could lose, but on the 5 minute we do have a setup. But I decided to just go light risk just because I don't normally trade around this time, so anything could really happen. But this realistically is what the zone should look like. So we shall see what happens here. If we disrespect it or if we are going to hold and continue to push back up. But I'm probably not gonna sit at the desk and watch this. I'm probably just gonna uh, come back tomorrow and do a recap on what happened, and then actually take my trade in the morning and do the whole breakdown of that trade. I think that's what I'm gonna do because I kind of don't want to sit here all night, but I kind of do like this zone for where we're at, for it to continue back up. But realistically, we gotta fill that gap that just formed, bro. On the 4 hour. Low key, we do gotta fill that, bro. So it might break this zone. But if it breaks this zone, it's whatever. It's only $100. 150, I think. That's on the line. But the EMA is also right there. So it could be just wicking and then pushing back up. Oh, but it's under the EMA on the 5. Damn. But the 30 is close. 7 minutes. I like where we're at, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do want to at least like here. How much is that? Because I like this. 180. Okay, that's not bad. because it might not even pull that far back out. But just in case it makes a wick, because this is a decent spot right here too. Because realistically, this is the gap we're playing off of at the moment. And the setup came off of that gap. So we could delete this one, because if that zone gets disrespected, it is what it is. But this is really where the zone came from. We should be good here, bro. But all right, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow and we'll go over this trade and then take tomorrow's trade because we're really not in our trading window. So I'll see y'all in the morning. Peace. What's going on, guys? It's the next day. I am back. So let's go ahead and jump right on the charts and see how gold is doing today. Let's go. Okay, so we might as well just do a quick breakdown before we go over the actual trade because we are in profit, but we are lower than we were before. So I want to go over the chart real quick. Make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, we're still looking for buys. We're still above this zone here. Same thing. Kind of looks like it's just doing a pullback. Yeah, still definitely looking for buys. Now on the 1 hour, we did not break the high. Came close and then started pushing back down, but it looks like we were coming back down to test the EMA and to make a higher low. That's what it looks like. Because we have a higher low here that kind of looks like it's being respected, but we also have one here as well that could be used as a backup. So either way, we're in a good spot in the market and we might not even have to take a trade today. We might be able to just hold this trade longer to push it further instead of taking a whole new trade. So we might have saved ourselves yesterday from having to take a trade today. Might. Because it can definitely just push down and take us out. And then we'll just be looking for a sell setup. Because if we break down under here, 9 times out of 10 we're looking for a sell setup because we had all of this build up last night and we got in at a really good spot. Actually, I'm kind of happy that we looked at the chart when we did because we are holding off of this zone and we got in on this zone, so we're definitely good. If we go for buys today, we'll be good. We do have a downtrend that was formed here, so I would want to see this trend line break before I feel comfortable. Hold on. Yeah, so I would want to see this trend line actually break and we go straight through it before I actually feel comfortable, because we did come up and touch, but nothing stayed out. Yeah, so nothing stayed out. We did go out and touch, but nothing really stayed out. So I would want to see this zone hold and then it continue to push a little higher. Because realistically, there's no reason for it to come down. There's no gaps. Definitely no gaps on the 1 hour. So this is all smaller time frame that's going on that is fighting for zones now. So on the higher time frame, we're good. We do have a solidified zone here, 2 touches and then pushed up. We have a touch here, pushed up, and then now we are touching this zone for the second time on the 1 hour, as you can see here. So we got 36 minutes for this candle to close, so it could just be making a bottom wick and then continue back up. So we should be good here. This should be our higher low zone and then push back up. So we should have nothing to worry about here. We should be flipping probably, if not this candle, the next candle we should be seeing a push to the upside if this zone holds. But yeah, so we should be good. Realistically, I would want to see this right here break that would be a good break, or even this one up here. Oh, hold on. Put that back. Even this up here, I would want to see break. If we get this break for sure, we're good. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this second zone then. So if we see this break, we're definitely good. But I like the reaction that we're getting off of that zone on the 1 minute right now. It looks good. Definitely do like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my son to school, and I shall be back when we get closer to our trading time. Okay, guys, I am back from dropping my son to school. Let's see what we got here. So it looks like we are getting a good push to the upside here. Ooh, but on the 5 minute, it don't look so good. We definitely might get a push down. We might get a push down here, to retest and then continue back up, because that's not clean. Like, it looks good on the 15, but on the 5 minute, it's not clean. See, my thing is, do I want to add contracts to this trade, or just hold it from where I'm at with the one contract? Because it's also going to move this up as well. Like, the money will go up faster, but it's going to move me up as well in the market. That I do not want. I want to be able to just stay where I'm at in the market and just add another contract up here and leave that one there, but it's not going to work. Futures doesn't work like that. Only Forex, unfortunately. So we are just going to just hold it from where we're at. We only need to make up here, where TP4 is. So if we get a good push, we should be okay. Do we have any news today? No news today. So we should just be rocking out. We should be good where we're at in the market and just hold it until we get what we need, which is 600 and change. Let me see. We need like 6 and change. I already put it to exactly what I need, so yeah, so 675 is what I needed, so I put it to 677. So we should be good in the market where we're at, especially if we just get to TP3 and then just close it up here. I mean, if we get out up there, it's cool. We just have to take another trade, just super small risk. And yeah, but I'm liking where we're at in the market. I'm liking the way the year is going so far. Definitely happy with the way the market is moving. We're back on track, back to normal. And yeah, so I definitely like this. And once again, the reason we got in this trade in the first place is because we had a trend break here. We had a good push to the upside. We already broke previous highs. If we go to the higher time frame, we already broke previous highs here, and we sat above the zone that it created. And it just so happened that the push also happened off of the zone. So I just decided to take the buy off the zone, but I moved my entry up a little bit just in case it decided that it wanted to make a wick in the fair value gap and then shoot up instead of coming down to fill the gap completely. But it did come down and fill the gap completely. So realistically, if I would have just taken a trade the way it was, I would have did it like this. Let's just make that blue so we can see it. So the trade would have been like this, and we probably could have been out already with the one contract. Limit, put it on the blue box, swing low. I probably would have put it a little below than swing low just in case. And same thing for this, I probably would have just put it a little bit higher. So we would have been risking $90, and to hit our target for the 6 and change, it would have been around the same area actually. That's crazy. So it'd have just been right under. So either way, we would have been holding this trade for a little bit longer. Um, just because we were only risking one contract. Now, if we would have had more than one contract, even just two, would have been looking at 1,300 off of $100, which is insane, bro. Insane that you could do that. But definitely would have made some good bread today off of just throwing something at this and throwing two contracts at it, risking like $200 to make that. Now, let's say if I would have risked the same amount and just took the stop loss that I have, we would have been looking at three. Oh, I gotta move this up. 356 for risk, and would have been securing about 1,300 off of 300. So I mean, I'm happy with what we're gonna get just because we have a target, like an actual target to hit, which is 675, and we're already at 200, and market's not even open yet. So I'm really confident with this setup and hitting our mark today. So we shall just see what we get here. Yeah. So we should be good here, bro. Definitely should be good here. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, and since we're already in the trade and I have nothing to do except for just waiting for it to play out, I'm gonna go ahead and start my morning. I'm gonna go eat some breakfast, so I shall be back. Deuces. Okay, guys, checking back up on the trade. It looks like on the 30 that we came back to fill this gap that was left. Let's just hope that it fills and pushes back up. Because it did come down kind of strong, as you can see here. We do have 5 minutes left. I mean, a minute left on the five. Um, and it looks like it could just come down to fill and then kick back up. So I'm just waiting for that flip to happen on the 15. We just need to break above here in order to flip bullish. So we're just waiting for that flip to happen. It does look like it's respecting it pretty good, so we should be okay. Also, we're still super safe. Our entry is down here, and our stop loss is still in the same spot down here for the 150. Just because if we lose 150, it is what it is. It's not that deep. I would probably move my stop loss up here if we come down kind of hard. Well, slow. If we come down slow, I'll probably move my stop loss up here so that way if it takes me out, it takes me out. It is what it is. I'll lose less money. I think I'll lose like 120 or something like that over here. But if it comes down hard and fast, I'll just leave it where it's at just in case it comes down to fill here real quick and then wick and shoot back up because we've had wicks in this area here. So I would look to just do that. But if anything, we're just going to leave it how it is and let it ride, let the trade do what it do. Because we never touched our TP3. We did hit the old TP3 kind of hard, and then we shot straight back under it. So yeah, so we're just waiting to see what we're going to get here now. So I can delete this because it got disrespected, and I can delete this because it got disrespected. So we'll be looking for this right here to get broken. Now we would be looking for this to get broken. Once we do break above that, we should be okay again to continue back to the upside because it did just start a new 30-minute candle, and we have 29 minutes for the hour candle to close. So it could have just been making a good wick for that hour and then shooting back up for us here. So that's what we are waiting on now, because the hour candle is about to close. So I wasn't scared, and the 4-hour would also be flipping back bullish once we break above this area here, or once we tap into that square, really would be breaking back bullish. So we should be good overall for this trade to smack TP4. It just might take some time. We also did just have 930 hit. It's 931, so that's also why that candle could have been so strong as well. So we could be good to continue back to the upside with it just coming down to let some people into this trade based off the 30 though. So if you don't check all time frames, you probably wouldn't be able to catch this trade. Um, but it did definitely come back down to fill on that 30. So we should be good here. We definitely broke that high that I was talking about. Yeah, we broke it here. Well, we tapped into it. We're about to break it on this candle here. So we should be good. So yeah, so I'm gonna go back to chilling. I'm about to go read my book outside and relax while this plays out. And I'll just keep my eye on the chart and come back once something interesting happens or once we're about to get out. So I shall be back. Deuces. Okay, guys, so TP3 has been hit, but we are going to hold it and expect it to sit on top of this zone and continue to push to hit our overall target. Just because we need the 675 in order to get our first payout. So we are going to go ahead and hold. I feel confident in this, man. It looks good. We did come back down to test, to fill, not test, to fill that 30-minute gap. But once that 30-minute gap got filled, it pushed back up. So I'm super confident in this trade to hit overall TP. We did hit TP3 already. We just started a new 15-minute candle. So this could be like the trying to create a lower high on the 15 to continue to push. So we should be good here, bro. I really like this trade. This trade played out perfect. I am so happy that I took it last night when I seen it because we got in the perfect spot. But low-key, if I had more on the line here, oh, today would have been a good Monday, bro. Would have been a good Monday. And we could have definitely added more contracts here once we broke this high, because that would have been the trade that I would have been taking today. Would have been off of this would have been off of this zone here, but I would have definitely took the 1 minute confirmation, which would have been right here. This swing to that swing, and then I would have been getting in right here at that the break of that high. I would have been getting in, which is exactly where I have this trade here. And we could have been making even more money today if I would have taken it. But I decided against it just to clear myself from more risk so that way I can hold this longer if it decides to drop lower. We don't have to worry about getting taken out of the trade. So I'm happy with where we got in, and I just wish I would have had more on the line, but it is what it is. All right, so it looks like we're bouncing off of it now. We just need a good close. Oh, yep, perfect. I was gonna say we need a good close on that 1 minute, and we got the perfect close there because it pushed right up. Come on, what we waiting for, bro? Push up. You already filled the gap. You got no reason to go lower. Push up. What we waiting for, bro? I'm gonna go get ready for work, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. But damn, we barely moved, bruh. I thought it was gonna be like at TP or close to TP by the time I came back. All right, but we got 15 minutes for this candle to close, so we should be getting the big push now. Because the 30 got 15 minutes left. The hour looks good. All the time frames look good, baby. We just waiting on that last push. We should be getting it here. Because we just broke the last high. Alright, this shit is taking mad long. So I'm gonna finish editing. Well, try to finish editing as much as I can of this video, and then I'll be right back. Alright, let's head to work. Looking at 380 right now. We just had a huge push down, but it looks like it was just making a bottom wick for the higher time frame. Let's see. Bruh, that's the one thing I hate about using my phone, bruh. It be laggy like hell. Yeah, it looks like it's making a bottom wick or something on the higher time frame. On the 5 minute, it's wicking super hard. See what the 30. Yeah, 30 looks like it's just making a bottom wick to fill that gap that I was talking about. So we should be good here. All right. We are heading to work now because it looks like I'm gonna have to be on the gas for real on the highway. It is 11:44. I work at 12:15 and we are about 20 minutes out. So let's hit the road. Real quick, I hear this BMW next to me and I can hear the twin turbos just spooling up every time they touch the gas. And I'm not gonna lie, I was talking to my mailman and he was telling me how he used to have a Charger like mine and he had it twin turbo. It was a twin turbo scat pack. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, he got me thinking about twin turboing my car, bro. He really got me thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. Because the turbos with the V8, oh my God. Bro, that shit'll be nasty. And it'll be like a sleeper because I'll have them put the turbos underneath the car so you can't really see it. Bro, it would be nasty to have twin turbos on this car. I'll be easily pushing over 1,000 horsepower. Easily. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely thinking about it. It would be so much fun to have a twin turbo kit on this car. It would be so much fun. I just would want it to be reliable. If I could reliably push 1,000 or reliably push like 800 with twin turbos just to have the spool sound, bro, I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. So I might be doing that soon when we get this money. I might be doing that, bro. Cause bro, that would be so much fun to have a twin turbo kit on a car. 800 horsepower, twin turbo, reliably. It would be so much fun. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing will be able to touch me on the road. Like my car's already super fast, and it is very rare when I run into a car that's faster than mine. But the times that I do, I be wishing I had more power, bro. Even just to keep up. Like I don't have to beat them, but if I'm able to keep up with like the Ferraris and shit like that, bro, it'll be so much fun. So much fun. But I gotta get back to driving. Okay, so we just made it to work. Let's check our trade. All right, so it looks like on the 30 that we're just coming down to make a higher low. So we could have a slight retracement, but we should not break this zone. And then we should get our push back up because on the 15, it looks like we want to start pushing up again. We just got to break this high right here, and then we should be good. Yeah, so we actually might be holding this trade throughout work a little bit, but when we do get what we're looking for, I would go ahead and just pick the camera back up again. But it looks like we're going to be holding this trade a little bit longer. It might not play out until about like 3 o'clock probably, but we should see. So we will be right back. All right, y'all. So I am back home after work. We did end up closing the trade in profit. We ended up getting stopped out at TP1 because I was at work, so I moved my stop loss up to TP1. So we secured a little less than $200, which is A-okay because it was our first time ever taking a trade outside of our trading window completely. But that was just because we had all of our confluences still line up, and the trade did go for a TP3, but we just didn't secure at TP3. We ended up securing at TP1, which is okay. once again, just because um, we only need a little bit of money, and we still secured profit. So I'm happy with how that trade went out. Let's go over it real quick. So we ended up getting out on this candle here, where because it ended up pushing down, and then once it pushed back up, I moved stops right up under TP1 right here, and then came down, took us out, and then shot back up a little bit right before market closed, because that was at 4:45. So this was the 6 o'clock candle. So the 5 o'clock, it was closed, and then 6 o'clock came in and pushed down. So I'm glad we got out at TP1, so that way we wouldn't have been taken out at break even, because that's where our stops was before. So good thing we got out where we did. I'm happy with how today's trade went. Um, Overall, super happy with how today's trade went. So we're gonna close this video out here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and remember, stay unplugged. Deuces.